twin brothers, and they hit People magazine's list of the sexiest men alive. And together, they can dramatically boost your home's resale value. They are the Property Brothers.
Building a house of cards looks easy until one piece is pulled. For Drew Scott, his massive media empire was that house. He and his brother were unstoppable, the kings of renovation TV.
Well, speaking of construction, all week long, Habitat volunteers are building 25 homes near Manor as part of the Carter Work Project, and some star power stopped by the construction site.
But then, a single, invisible problem started to pull at the foundation. It wasn't a bad investment. It was something inside his own body. We're about to reveal the painful, hidden story of how the Property Brothers world came crashing down. The seeds of an empire. You see, their parents, Jim and Joanne Scott, gave them a home where imagination and discipline were equally important. Their father, Jim, had a past that sounds like something out of a movie. He had been an actor and stuntman in Hollywood. He had seen the sets, the cameras, and the action. But he eventually stepped away from that life to build a quieter one, focusing on family and ranching. The boys grew up hearing these wild stories, which planted an early seed of fascination with entertainment. At the same time, their mother, Joanne, was the opposite. She valued education, organization, and structure. She made sure her kids understood the value of learning and school. Even as little kids, Drew and Jonathan stood out. They had a ton of energy and imagination. They weren't content to just sit around. Their father believed in teaching them the value of effort. At just 7 years old, he set up small tasks around the house that came with rewards. But the twins took it way further. Here's a wow factor most people don't know. By the time they turned 8, the twins had already started their first business. They began making nylon-wrapped hangers. They crafted these things with their own hands. But they didn't just make them, they sold them. They went door to door in their neighborhood, using their charm to offer the hangers to anyone who would listen. It was a crash course in sales, and more importantly, in dealing with rejection. The big moment came when one woman saw their potential and placed a bulk order for thousands of hangers. For two 8-year-olds, this was mind-blowing. It was proof that their ideas could lead to real success. That single order lit a fire in them. They weren't just kids anymore. They were entrepreneurs. Their household was anything but ordinary. Joanne kept them focused on their studies, while Jim encouraged them to think big and chase opportunities. This mix of creativity and school smarts gave the twins a perfect balance. They learned to dream big, but also to have a plan. These early jobs weren't just about earning spending money. The hanger business taught them lessons that would be critical later in life. They learned how to negotiate, how to talk to different kinds of people, and how to stay confident. As they entered their teenage years, their ambition only grew. While other kids were focused on sports, the twins were already experimenting with ways to make money. One of their earliest jobs was entertaining at kids' parties. They actually trained as professional clowns, complete with costumes, balloons, and magic tricks. They became known in their community for their lively shows. It seems funny, but this job taught them how to perform, how to read a crowd, and how to build confidence in front of strangers. That charm they have on TV, it was built in living rooms full of screaming kids. For Drew specifically, sports seemed to be his future. He was tall, athletic, and dreamed of playing basketball professionally. He poured himself into the game. But then, disaster struck. A series of injuries stopped his athletic career right in its tracks. What looked like a promising future just vanished. It was a tough blow, but it also opened the door to that other passion, entertainment. Having grown up with his father's Hollywood stories, Drew leaned into this interest. Soon, he started landing small roles. Here's another wild fact. Drew Scott was a body double for Tom Welling, the star of the show Smallville. He also had small parts in other shows. These weren't starring roles, but they gave him priceless experience on professional sets. He learned how productions were run and how to act on camera. This fueled his passion and convinced him that the screen was where he belonged. But this small taste of fame wasn't enough, and their next big idea was a massive gamble. From flipping houses to flipping channels. When Drew and Jonathan Scott went to the University of Calgary, they were determined to graduate without a mountain of debt. Many students just focus on classes, but the twins already had that business mindset. And it didn't take long for them to spot an opportunity that would change their lives forever. Near the campus, there was an old, neglected property. Instead of seeing a rundown building, the brothers saw potential. They pooled their money, took a huge risk, and bought the house. They spent all their free time renovating it. They repaired, painted, and improved every single corner until it was a perfect rental for other students. The decision was a home run. The property quickly generated steady income, giving them financial security while they were still in school. Their success with that first house sparked an idea. They realized they were a great team. Jonathan had the skills for design and construction, while Drew had a gift for negotiation and seeing the big picture. They had found a powerful combination. But not everything was smooth. They quickly learned that working with realtors was, to put it mildly, a huge pain. They dealt with agents who were slow or didn't get what they were trying to do. Drew, never wanting to let someone else slow him down, decided to fix the problem himself. He studied for his license and officially became a realtor. This was a massive turning point. With Drew handling the sales and Jonathan focusing on the construction, they had total control. They soon established the Scott Real Estate Company. By their mid-20s, the brothers had already flipped numerous properties. They were becoming respected entrepreneurs, but Drew still had that entertainment bug. Real estate was stable, but it wasn't his passion. In 2006, he made a bold move. He left Calgary for Vancouver, a city with a big film industry, to chase his acting dream. Jonathan stayed behind to manage the real estate business. This move, however, was almost Drew's first real downfall. Breaking into the acting world was harder than he thought. Soon, he found himself facing serious financial struggles. The stability he once had was gone, and he slipped deep into debt. This period tested his resilience. Refusing to give up, he turned back to the one skill that had always worked: real estate. He started flipping houses in Vancouver to get back on his feet, all while building connections in the entertainment industry. And then came the pitch that would change everything. Television networks were looking for the next big reality hit. An idea called Realtor Idol was pitched, but it failed. A production company named Cineflix decided to try a different angle. They wanted a show about families searching for a home, with the working title, My Dream Home. They saw Drew as the perfect host. Their plan was to pair him with a female designer. But Drew had a better idea. He told the producers about his brother. He explained that Jonathan had years of construction experience and they had amazing chemistry. Together, they were the whole package. Drew could find and negotiate the house, and Jonathan could renovate it. Cineflix agreed to a test, and it was magic. The project evolved, and when HGTV greenlit the series in 2011, it launched under the name Property Brothers. The format was simple but brilliant. Drew would show families a perfect, expensive dream house they couldn't afford. Then, he'd show them fixer-uppers, and Jonathan would use computer graphics to show them what it could become. What many overlooked was that the show wasn't just about renovation. It was emotional. Viewers saw families stressed, hopeful, and finally moved to tears at the big reveal. It was a story about dreams coming true. Drew and Jonathan's brotherly banter and humor made it feel authentic. The show was an immediate, massive success. It quickly became one of hundreds' biggest hits. The show was a hit, and an empire was born. But the pressure was building. When the dream becomes a job. The success of Property Brothers wasn't just a win, it was a launchpad. Drew and Jonathan proved they had a formula that people all over the world loved. In just a few years, they went from being simple TV hosts to the leaders of a massive, growing franchise. First came the spin-offs. Brother vs. Brother was a stroke of genius. It used their natural sibling rivalry as the core of the show. Instead of working together, the twins competed against each other, each renovating a property on the same budget. The playful competition added a new layer of humor and tension that fans were crazy about. Next came Property Brothers, Forever Home. This show had a different, deeper emotional core. It focused on families who already owned their houses, but wanted to transform them into a place they could live for the rest of their lives. The pressure was even higher. This wasn't just an upgrade, it was about reshaping a family's entire future in the home they loved. But their most ambitious project was Celebrity IOU. This show took their brand to a whole new level. The brothers teamed up with some of the biggest stars on the planet, we're talking Brad Pitt, Melissa McCarthy, and Michael Bublé, to surprise important people in their lives with a stunning renovation. Watching A-list celebrities swing hammers and get emotional with the brothers was a ratings giant. Meanwhile, their company, Scott Brothers Entertainment, was expanding. They weren't just making renovation shows anymore. They were producing lifestyle programs, documentaries, and even scripted projects. Drew and Jonathan were no longer just TV stars. They were powerful entrepreneurs managing a media empire. They were, without a doubt, the most bankable stars on HGTV, central to the network's entire identity. But behind the glamour and the big reveals, the cracks were beginning to show. The thing nobody tells you about this kind of success is the brutal workload. Filming multiple shows at once, often in different cities, meant constant travel, sleepless nights, and very little time to recover. They weren't just the talent, they were executive producers, overseeing massive budgets and tight deadlines. The workload was leaving them physically and mentally drained. Maintaining that down-to-earth feel also got harder. As the productions became more polished, some critics began to complain. Reports started to surface about rushed timelines, strained budgets, and homeowners who admitted that life after the cameras left wasn't as perfect as it looked on TV. Then, in 2019, the brand faced a major controversy. A couple who had been on a spin-off filed a lawsuit alleging poor workmanship by the contractors used on their home. Although Drew and Jonathan themselves were not responsible for the actual construction, their brand and their names were on the line. It was a public relations nightmare, forcing them to defend their reputation while still churning out shows that promised perfection. By the 7th season, Property Brothers was airing in over 150 countries. The twins were household names everywhere. The empire was bigger than ever. But for Drew, the relentless pressure was becoming, to put it mildly, completely overwhelming. Fans started to notice something was off. Drew seemed to be appearing less and less in the new episodes. Whispers started online. Was he exhausted? Or was something far more troubling unfolding just out of frame? He was at the top of the world, but he was about to lose it all. Fading from the screen. By 2019, Drew and Jonathan Scott were at the absolute peak of their fame. Property Brothers was a global phenomenon. But loyal fans started to notice something strange. Drew, the charismatic realtor who was the face of the brand, was suddenly missing from key moments of the show. The perfect chemistry that defined the series felt off balance. Online forums and social media exploded with speculation. What was going on? Some wondered if the brothers had a massive fight behind the scenes. Others feared the worst, that Drew was planning to quit the franchise he had built. The thing nobody tells you is that Drew had been quietly battling a serious and mysterious illness for more than a year, and neither he nor his family understood what it was. He tried to hide the struggle, determined not to let down his team or the millions of viewers who depended on the show, but the toll it was taking was becoming impossible to ignore. His symptoms were both constant and alarming. Drew experienced a level of exhaustion that felt like a severe flu, but it never, ever went away. His digestive system was in chaos, leaving him with severe discomfort that made working 12-hour days on a set almost impossible. Even simple things became a massive challenge. Here's a wow factor that shows how bad it was. His body began to react dramatically to heat. Any normal physical exertion would leave him completely depleted. Exercise, which had always been a huge part of his life, was now impossible. The man who had built a career on boundless energy found himself becoming fragile. What made the situation even more heartbreaking was the uncertainty. Drew consulted specialist after specialist. He went through test after test, but for months, nobody could pinpoint the source of his suffering. Each doctor's appointment ended with more questions than answers. Outrow. Drew Scott fought his way back from the edge. But was the price of fame just too high? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe.